Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Bullpen. I want to first say what a day it's turned out to be. Amazing. It's maybe 55 in San Francisco. This doesn't happen in January. It's been a blessing for us to have a great day. And I'm being directed at the cameras here. I suck at this part of my job. So everybody, please deal with me. But I do have really two great friends to introduce to you today. Friends, mentors, especially this one. This one is becoming more and more influential each day of my life. I don't know how I feel about this because, you know.
You're welcome.
But, you know, in the Bullpen, we're looking for this, right? We're looking for people that are going to push us in the right direction. Personally, I like to be around excellent people, good people, who care about me. And these two, I think, care about people in general and a little bit about me. But I want to ask Stella to introduce herself and talk a little bit about your background, your career, and let everybody know who you are.
Well, thanks, Christian. First of all, it's been an amazing journey with Bullpen, and what Christian has done is fantastic. And he's built an amazing community of founders that I wish when I was a first-time CEO and the first-time founder that I had. The support that he has created here in Bullpen is close to none. So my journey actually is taking me from the bench, science, to therapeutics. Then out of Fox Chase Cancer Center residency, got recruited by Merck and really transformed from a science healthcare to, through my MBA, doing the traditional round, managed markets, marketing, sales, more managed markets, a lot of learnings and merger and acquisitions and joint ventures. And 20 years of large pharma, really checking every box. I really did not make any shortcuts. And then finally went into my role as a first-time CEO of a startup. And boy, did I had a learning that you don't have a huge infrastructure, legal systems, regulatory support, advisors, and all of those brand teams. So it was a very challenging to find the support system, people to talk to, mentors, when it feels like you're on your own, taking the company from bench to humans. So over the past 7 years of this journey, I really learned to, A, befriend the right people, be part of the right groups, and this point as a CEO of Likarda, do it right, and help others that are first time in this journey to get it right, to be that support system for somebody.
Stella, you've developed, and I've been taking notes, an amazing group of people who care about you in the industry because of your approach. I think you've always asked, how can I help you? It's one of the things you always say to me. It's very humbling when someone like you does that, actually, to know that, hey, I have steps I need to take in my leadership journey. So thank you for being a part of my life in the Bullpen. And I want to hear from James. James has taken a little different route into today's tools and services day in the Bullpen, and that's what we're going to talk about in a little bit. But James, how did you arrive here? Tell us about your career.
So I started as a scientist too, but my job as a chemist was making paint and watching it dry. And you can imagine I did not find that very fulfilling. And so then I went to law school like everyone else in the 90s. And I immediately did not find that very fulfilling. But I finished and came out with an excessive amount of debt, but in the meantime had gotten the online or new media bug back when it was new media and was just AOL, and went and worked for the TV show Extra. I apologize for those wasted moments of your life, for those of you who have watched it. I launched their new media division for that, doing interviews with celebrities, all that kind of stuff. So this kind of thing is old hat to me now, 30-something years later. And from that, then I realized I needed to pay off all the debt that I had incurred going to law school, and was very fortunate to find an alumnus of Tulane who took me under his wing and said, you would be miserable as a lawyer, because I had passed the bar and the patent bar to make my mother happy, and found me this job in tech transfer at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. And they wanted somebody who was multidisciplinary back when that was also novel and cool in the 90s. And the Beckman family had funded this institute where they put really crazy computer scientists by psychologists or things like that would have them co-develop things. And so that led to my entry into this crazy field. And I worked at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, then back home to Louisville, Kentucky, where they hired me at 30 years old to start an operation, which they never should have done, but I was from there and they thought I would stay, and I did for 11 years. And then HHMI recruited me out to Washington, D.C., where I launched their tech transfer arm for the Junior Research Campus. And then Tulane, my alma mater for law school, was looking for this chief business officer. They thought they wanted to hire an MD or a DVM, and I ignored that. So I applied and got the job. And the whole kind of thing, like what Stella does and what Christian does, my mentality has always been you get more by sharing than by keeping things to yourself. And I think that's why we all resonate with each other. And academic institutions have a lot of tools and services. And the Junior Research Campus did nothing but develop tools and services for scientists. And their vision of innovation was producing things as cheaply as possible so that scientists could buy the most amount, even if they didn't make money. So it was really tech transfer in its purest sense. Now with what they had was $19 billion at that point. They have even more now. They could afford to do that more easily than many institutions. But it really impacted my vision on these kinds of things and how you should share things more openly.
It's a great answer. You can tell James is a lot of fun. And I didn't tell you I was going to mention this, but what time of the year is it, James?
Oh, it's carnival season. So, yeah, I'm from New Orleans, and Saturday started 12th night. And we had my crew's Mardi Gras ball, and I am the reigning Merlin of King Arthur. So I'm second to the king, but, you know, right there.
It's amazing. And tonight we're having a happy hour. We have Fat Tuesday at JPM. So if you're watching, you're maybe stuck in the financial district, come down here. We'll put a camera on the bay right now. We're looking out at the Golden Gate Bridge, as I'm pointing out there. We have Alcatraz over here, and it's beautiful, and we have really, really cool people.
And your and your limited edition bullpen beads.
Oh, we have some
bullpen
beads. This
available only at
this
JPM.
This is a collector bead, Tulane Medical School. Come get it. If you're a CEO or an investor who's interested in what we're talking about, which is helping each other. And we're pretty open to those types of people, excellent people who want to help each other. Stella, can you talk about some of the tools companies you're involved with right now? And today is Tools and Services Day, so we'll get back on topic.
Yes. So why is it important, right? So over the 25 years, I launched a lot of drugs. And I think we come to the point where we understand that there needs to be more innovation in drug delivery space. God knows when we created hot melt extrusion, then by then was used by Singular for children, and that really changed how the medication just melts in your mouth. That is a drug delivery. Now we have cells, right? And we used to think that if we administer cell therapy, that the cells will just naturally figure out where to go and how long to stay there. Now we know we need to have a drug delivery to optimize which organ, how long it should stay. The same thing for biologics, proteins. But the tools and services also about cryopreservation. How do we preserve these products? Then it's also about logistics. We talk about escalating costs to the system. Some of the logistics in transportation of these cell therapies cost more than the manufacturing. So how do we create novel ways to deliver drugs, to cryopreserve drugs, to transport drugs, to optimize the scaled manufacturing? So if we do have to come up with a novel vaccine on the fly, the whole system doesn't get paralyzed. So this is a very, very important day, and I think we should pay more attention to tools and services companies.
I'm going to give you a follow-up. You've invested in therapeutics. You've invested in tools and services. Now, therapeutics gets a lot of attention from the marketplace. How is a tools and services investment a little different from an investor perspective? And how are the returns different from maybe what you might see from a therapeutic?
Well, it's very different. So investing in therapeutics, you have to be in it for a very long haul, right? And we all understand the numbers sort of work against you in preclinical investment and how many companies actually make it through phase 3 and then into launch. And obviously it's, 7 to 10 years if everything goes smoothly. In tools and services, you're investing in technology that sometimes is already applicable within next month, especially if you're optimizing a product that's already on the market, or you're optimizing cryopreservation for the product that's already on the market, or for us, you're optimizing drug delivery. So the return is a lot more immediate. Obviously, it depends on the technology and the readiness of the technology. But for those investors that are not quite ready to wait 7 to 10 years, tools and services, especially those that are commercialized or commercialized sooner, would be more interesting investment to start in healthcare.
Great answer. Thank you. So I'm a tools and services CEO and investor at this point, I guess I would say. I'm very excited about the opportunity. We serve therapeutics. We move them forward. We deliver value in different ways, and we can turn that investment quickly. I just want to say, for anybody thinking about tools and services company, you can go on the bullpen.ventures website. Our team at Anchor Websites built this awesome interface with our company, our member companies. You go to member hosts under the menu and search for tools and services, and look at what these folks are doing. It's quite amazing. It's a very exciting part of our ecosystem, and Stella has been one of the premier leaders, quite frankly, in turning these companies. So she has a profile on our website. You can request a meeting with Stella. She knows companies she can introduce you to, and she can talk you through, if you're serious about it, investing in this space. So James, how does Tulane Medical School look at tools and services? What's the tie there? Why are you investing in this conference today?
Well, so it's interesting. So we look at it from several perspectives. One is tools and services that we as an academic medical center can offer, whether that be PDX mouse models to deliver personalized cancer therapies, data analytics through our School of Science and Engineering, which is adjacent, or things like that. We also look at the companies that have spun out of Tulane, companies like Informuta, which analyzes data for precision medicine, or then companies which are providing more rapid drug testing, like Obatala, or then we have Bioaesthetics, which does tools and services, and we also have AxoSim, which is brain on a chip, nerve on a chip, ways of doing things better, cheaper, faster, so that drugs get to people more readily. But then as an academic medical center, we're looking for any company out there with a tool or service that can impact the scientific or clinical or patient enterprise that we might become clients for, whether it's us or our partner of LCMC Health in our hospital system, because we want to become a destination center in the Gulf South where everyone can come both to get their health care, but also to have a really good time and a great meal.
Okay. Awesome people, awesome location. We're going to do this again at Bio. You going to be at Bio?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Stella?
Absolutely.
All right. If you want to meet Stella and James, we're going to be at Bio. I'm ready to wrap up this session because there's a whole, I don't know, group.
There's a
maybe
party over there.
maybe we got to get the cameras on it because there's maybe 100 people upstairs enjoying a happy hour. We want to join them. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Bullpen, for getting involved at JPM. And James and Stella, I can't wait to keep working with you and improving tools and services.
Likewise.
Thank you, everyone.
Likewise. Thanks for putting us together.